ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Oshawa Curling Club, the host of the World Financial Group Canadian Junior Cup. And as we bring you inside the club, we hope you've all had a wonderful holiday season with you and your families, and you're ready for 4 exciting days of fantastic curling. My name's Matthew Hall. Right beside me in the broadcast booth is Tori Zemmelink. We'll be bringing you all the action as we travel through these 4 days of curling from Oshawa. First draw coming up here, we have U18 action across the board, and let's take a look at our matchup. Starting off, we have Team Galardo representing the Barrie Curling Club. Lead, Maya Bolton. Second, Chloe Eastwood. The third and skipping is Jamison Galardo, and the fourth rock thrower is Isabella Barrick. Matching up against them today, a 3-person squad representing the Elmira Curling Club. Lead, Lily Stainton. The vice, Emily Weidman. And the skip, Isabella Rahnenfuehrer. And Tori, as we get a good look at the action here, it was Team Rahnenfuehrer winning the draw for Hammer. The lead for Team Galardo is Maya Bolton, and as they get set up, always exciting to start off a competition. First game is always a little bit tricky. We'll see how these teams decide to get used to the ice, see what they're looking at. Even just from practice, I think the ice is going to be pretty quick, and we're going to have some great curling here.
Maya Bolton.
It's going.
The draw for Hammer, so we'll see an adjustment made here from her last stone draw.
Okay, nice wait.
And she slipped just to the back 12, but a great adjustment there with a tight guard to start us off. Some offensive play here.
Really tight sometimes, and ask for a bit more ice. Yeah. Okay.
The lead for Team Rahnenfuehrer is normally Gray Meisner, although out with an illness today, so they are playing three-handed. Lily Stainton now throwing the first rocks of the end.
All right.
I think I heard them call back 8 on that one, so a nice little rub off the guards. Going to keep that above the tee line.
Okay, board. You got it. Board! Board! Izzy! 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 Yes! Yes! Hard! Hard! Get the roll, get the roll. Really nice shot,
Rules
Maya.
of play for this event: 8 ends of action, an extra end if required. No tick rule is in effect. There are no time clocks.
Awesome weight.
And 4 draws of curling every day. Should be a fantastic week here at the Oshawa Curling Club, as always. And we'll talk a lot, Tori, about the prize that's on the line for the U21s a lot throughout the week. But these U18s have plenty to play for as well. Free entry into the U21 event next year for the winner, as well as a great package from Runback, which I believe includes brooms, uniforms, really exciting for whoever ends up winning this event, as we see that rock just slip through the back of the rings.
Yeah? And if we're light, that's okay.
Team Galardo
I like
has
that,
a pretty
yeah.
decent setup so far this end. Maya Bolton came out with a great pair, so we'll see how that continues.
And as we've seen in previous years here, Tori, the ice is fantastic here at the Oshawa Curling Club, but it can catch a lot of teams off guard. Usually runs very fast, a decent amount of curl, and usually we see, especially early in the event, the teams that are able to make those adjustments and catch on to what the ice is doing faster than their opponents will usually come out with the win. This one slipping a little bit deep as well. Wanted a guard there and gives Team Rahnenfuehrer the opportunity to follow them down here.
Did you get my time? Wow, it's fast. Okay. Yeah.
So that one just coming down a little bit heavy, running a little bit straighter, and almost making a hit and roll off that, removing the yellow rock out of the house.
I think that's sort of the miss we'll see from all teams out here, especially early in the event, but I think it'll be a bit more pronounced on the U18 side, is controlling the weight that you throw. Those freezes are going to be very, very difficult to make precisely, and those hits, as we see this one, just a little bit wide, but possibly a little bit more. They said the weight was good, so maybe just a little bit wide out of their hand, but generally we'll see those heavy or slightly wide misses will be the norm, at least for the first game or two for all these squads.
I just need to think, just take out just a little bit less.
So Emily Weidman delivering her first. Asked to draw around those two yellows, but this one also running a little bit wide.
Usually
like
I like to
a little
go
bit heavy as well.
Outside, yes.
Yeah, I just heard them say the feedback. It was a little bit outside the broom. It's just going to cross that back line.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, we see a lot, especially at this age level. It's not necessarily the team that makes the most shots or makes more shots that's going to come out with the win. It's usually the team that can control their misses. So a miss like that, being heavy, slipping through the rings, not really providing any benefit for the team. Those are the ones that can be deadly. Whereas if you miss, say, light of the rings, sure, you're not getting the outcome that you can hope for, but at least it's a guard you can use later or something that you can tap up. So I'd love to see these teams really pay attention to what's the miss, and I say that in quotation marks, that's still going to provide a benefit to your team. And we see, once again, just slipping through the ring. So kind of open season here. First team that's going to be able to slip one around that guard is going to be in a great position for the rest of this end. Seem to like the weight on this one a lot better.
Still has to curl, though, on the wrong side of center line to get behind those guards.
I know, I'm just extra cleaning it.
But it will sit down. Back button, side of the back button.
Just clean release.
It's a great adjustment there.
Absolutely. Fantastic outcome. It is open, though, so accessible here for Team Galardo to remove it from play and sit two. This is a new spot on the sheet, though. We've seen a lot. Both teams trying to play those draws around this guard. This one a little bit tighter with the broom.
This is the most weight we've seen be thrown on a rock. You time that one, Matt?
I didn't get that one, but I agree. That was definitely more weight than what we've seen all game. And another thing we've seen about this ice, especially in the past, is very weight sensitive. Usually you know, if you want to throw a control weight, for example, and you accidentally get it up to normal, on most ice surfaces, you might be able to get away with that. Maybe only curls a quarter rock or a half rock less. On this ice, it's going to make you look a lot sillier, as it's going to track almost a full rock to a rock and a half straighter with just that little bit extra weight. So those hit weights are something you really need to control, and I think it comes down to not only the thrower, of course, but also the skip needs to be thinking at the other end, what's the minimum weight that we need to throw to make most shots? Because the more weight you end up throwing, I think the less area or room you're going to have to make a good shot. But a fantastic draw there.
Yeah, that was
by Emily Weidman.
That was a peach. She got a nice little stagger on them as well, so looks a little more intimidating from down at this hack if you're the other team.
So we'll get our first look here for the fourth rock thrower for Team Galardo, Isabella Barrick. Jamison Galardo calls the game but does throw the third stones. Isabella vicing and throwing the brick.
With our releases. You got it.
Really important that you get one of these reds going. Would love to keep the shooter as well. I think there's enough room to make the double, but you don't want to get too cute with it and play things too close to that guard, especially this early in the game.
See, it's starting to move.
Okay, that's okay.
It's going to clip the top one off, but it looks better than it did.
Yeah, that definitely was the more dangerous stone that you wanted to deal with. Really would have loved to keep the shooter around, but Team Rahnenfuehrer does have to be careful here. You really have two options. You can play some sort of draw or even guard in front of the red. I think that's the more aggressive approach if you want to try and go for the steal. A little bit more prudent may just be to try and tuck one around that guard. At least guarantee yourself the force. Would leave that back red stone a bit more open though, and an easier draw for Team Galardo.
She hasn't thrown a draw yet.
You can hear Lily communicating that the weight's a little heavier. See if they can get a plan B shot out of this.
Hit and roll over.
Just gonna go through the back of the
I
rings
would say just control for this, eh?
and leave Team Galardo with a hit for two.
You got it, Izzy. Board. Okay.
I think we had it backwards here, actually. Rahnenfuehrer does have the hammer. Excuse me.
Oh.
But either way, would have. So it was very important that Rahnenfuehrer get one in the rings there. Would have loved to tuck it around. This is the final stone coming from Isabella Barrick. Trying to move this red stone, get a force out of Team Rahnenfuehrer here in the first end.
Control! Maya! Hard, Maya, hard! Yes, push!
This one curling early. Maya Bolton needs to hold it.
Hard!
So I think a bit of an overcompensation there, Tori. We saw in her first one either a little bit heavy or a little bit full, didn't get the curl, so you bring the weight down, try to throw it a little softer, and it takes off on you.
So to correct myself earlier, Team Rahnenfuehrer now having a draw for two. Just need full 8 foot, it looks like.
Yes, and just needs to make an adjustment off that last one. Doesn't need perfect weight. If she is a little bit heavy, she could probably use that red stone as some backing. But final stone here for Isabel, looking for two. Early call here is a little heavy again. We'll see if it can get onto that red stone.
Hard, Jamie, hard!
It will touch, and that'll slow it down enough, it looks like. And it does. Just grabbing onto the back of the forefoot. A big 2 points here. First deuce of the weekend to kick off our championship goes to Team Rahnenfuehrer. When we come back, they will have a 2-0 lead, but Team Galardo will try to strike back.
Hey, Stu Sells Teams followers. I'm at my brand new listing here at 6C Indian Grove, and I'm so blown away I have fallen over, and I can't take my eyes off this gorgeous original molded ceiling that is absolutely stunning. We are bringing this 1911 Grand Estate to market, and it is going to blow your mind. Let me get up and show you what I'm talking about. Look at this woodwork. When they did the renos, they actually took all this wood down, they sent it to Montreal, had it professionally refinished and stained, and they reinstalled it. Like, it is absolutely breathtaking. The pocket doors, the lead glass French doors, it's so unique, this home. It is a grand old estate. The top third floor is a beautiful prime retreat with big closets, its own bathroom, soaker tub, walk out to a balcony. You go to the second floor, 3 large bedrooms, wraparound office, floor to ceiling windows, gorgeous view. And then this is like entertaining central. Actually, the Oscar-winning film JFK was filmed in this living room. It's had multiple movies, commercials, and then the dining room is so grand, and the parlor, and oh my God, there's so much to tell you about this amazing home. You gotta come and see it. And you know the extra bonus? Corner lot, laneway housing potential, single car garage, and a full separate legal 1-bedroom apartment in the basement you can rent out. So look, we're right in the heart of Ronse's High Park. You can walk to the park, it's just down the road. Great shops, great cafes. It's such a beautiful, stately home that you have to come look at it. So go to stusells.ca, see all the photos, the videos, the virtual tour, and give me Stu a call for a personal tour.
And welcome back inside the Oshawa Curling Club. One end of play has been completed. Team Rahnenfuehrer holds a 2-0 lead over Team Galardo. We pick up here with 3 rocks having been thrown. Rahnenfuehrer unable to get their first stone in play, so Galardo drew to the open side.
Little less! Top 12!
And Lily Stainton unable to remove it. So now an early
Gotta go!
benefit for
Tight
Team
3!
Galardo here in the second, with the opportunity to split the rings, sit there too early. And not only our feature sheet, of course, we'll have plenty of action ongoing across the club all weekend long, and we will try to keep you updated as much as we can on the scores and outcomes of other games. All U18 action this morning as we look across the sheets. Starting with the boys on sheet 1, we have Team Stesky against Team Murray.
Which one?
Sheet 3, Genjaga against Bedard. Sheet 5, Mercedes against Gregotsky. And over on sheet 6, our secondary broadcast, which you can watch all weekend long. There will be no commentary or mics over there, but if your team happens to be playing over on sheet 6, you can watch it. Team Keon versus Team Sohn. We also have one other women's matchup over on sheet 2 as Team Perot faces off against Team Real. And we'll update you on those scores as we go.
She needs to drink her electrolytes.
Great sweep there by Team Rahnenfuehrer to get that stone. Looks like it's just shot stone over the other yellow, but exposed.
You don't want to try and go behind? Okay. Oh, okay.
You'll always see some interesting strategy going on, Tori, especially at this younger age group where you know, I'd like to say that there's never really a wrong strategy call as long as you're taking into account the strengths of your team, the strengths of the other team. So if your team that tends to struggle with the hits a little bit more, like we sometimes see, especially at this younger level, you'll see a lot more draws, a lot more aggressive play.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
So Chloe didn't quite get the roll she wanted under the corner guard, but she is sitting
Good sweep, Izzy.
2 with her last rock being the shot rock
Control.
in the top 12.
Control.
So not a bad outcome at all.
Yeah, for Team Galardo, you're very happy with the setup so far. Sitting 2, you have a corner up. There's really nothing down the middle of the sheet right now that will cause you too many issues come your last rock. So for Isabel right now, it's just about limiting the damage. Remove some yellow stones. You'd love to get a good roll somewhere if you can. And she will remove that yellow stone from play, loses her shooter at the same time though. So a second opportunity
Okay.
here for Team Galardo and Chloe Eastwood to split the rings.
It's like a 4-3 right now. Yeah. 4-2.
Sweepers thinking this rock is a little bit heavy. You can see their hands up, signaling that to Jamie Galardo. And it will cross the back line. So just that little bit heavy. Now putting the blank back on the table.
Izzy, was that a 4-2?
Makes the hit and roll, does stay in play, but rolls too far. Probably far enough away from the rings that you're never really worried about any kind of jam later on, but something to keep an eye on. Still, though, I would say the
It's really,
benefit
really
here of
fast.
this end still
Like,
goes to Team Galardo with the corner guard and the opportunity to draw around
Like, you
it.
gotta come up with nothing. It's fast.
I'll see if I can get a time on this one, Tori. See how the ice is running so far.
T. 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 Good T.
14 and a half
Back eight.
seconds.
Wait, it's okay.
Should be staying in the ring, settling back house.
Okay, nice switch.
So 14 and a half to the back 8 foot. So you're
She
probably,
came up with nothing,
they
and
did
that
have a
was,
little
like,
bit of a
back eight.
sweep there, but not
Yeah.
too much. So you're probably looking at, what do you think, about 15 seconds to the T
Yeah.
line?
I would think so.
Jamie has a little bit of a.
Which, as
I don't
most
even use my
curling clubs
stopwatch.
go, is definitely on the faster side of things. Especially, you got to think about, you know, most of, pretty much everyone here probably hasn't been on the ice in, I would guess, at least maybe a week, week and a half. Most clubs do shut down for the holiday season. You're spending time with family, doing a lot of travel. It does take a lot of toll on the body, and it does take some time to really
Had a
get back
380
into
on
the
that
swing
one.
of things when you finally hit the competitive ice again. So will definitely be an adjustment
Sorry,
for
it's really
these
loud.
teams as we see this rock is going to find its
No,
way
their
through
hits
the
are a little
house.
shaky as well. So I think we just have to put them in the house, like get them there, play like the kind of like the tap, the
I
finesse
missed
game.
the call on this. Are they splitting the house or are they drawing behind the corner guard?
Well,
Nope.
I was just
There
about to
we go.
ask you. Looks like they're going to split their rings, but I wanted to ask what you thought.
Same weight, same weight.
She just played the in-turn draw, so it wouldn't necessarily be wrong to try to tuck one around the corner. But going to the open side is probably the safer way to get your two. Going around the corner would definitely be a bit more aggressive if you're maybe trying to go for a three or something more. But this early in the game, I don't know, what do you think? I think you're happy just to get your two, tie up the game again, keep moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate the call. I think you go with what you're comfortable with. I don't mind an aggressive strategy, so I'm partial to drawing behind the corner guard because then you are forcing your opponent to make a freeze or to make a hit and stay in order to keep you two.
Back 8.
It looks like this is going to go to, even though it's behind the house, a pretty good
Not
spot.
T, it looked like T.
So it's not really a double opportunity there.
No, it's a great setup for their two. Second rock in a
feel
row,
like it
though,
just
we've
kinda
heard
just
Team
keeps on
Galardo,
going, you know?
as that rock is, almost as it's coming into the
Yeah,
rings,
for
they're
sure.
calling T-line, T-line,
You
T-line.
think it's going to stop?
And then
but
it
keeps
just
on going.
slips to the back 8
Especially
foot.
with the rotation. That's why their rocks stop, because they have less rotation. Yeah.
You just heard Chloe Eastwood having that discussion with her sweeping partner, Maya Bolton, about how well those rocks are sliding. And they're even saying maybe a little bit extra rotation from Jamison Galardo. I'm not sure if they mean in reference to the rest of the team or just they as a team throw a little bit more rotation than everybody else. So, aggressive call here by Team Rahnenfuehrer trying the freeze. Definitely, if you make it, can take both yellow stones out of play, but we've seen how tricky the draw weight can be.
Can you curl it a bit? No. Yeah. Leave it. That's just a little bit too much weight. If she had thrown a little bit less, I would have curled nicely onto her yellow.
Can hear them talking about what the correction could have been in that line with another missed rock from Team Rahnenfuehrer.
I think we're just over.
Take off a little of the weight. It's going to get a little bit more curl.
Yeah, I think the line was really good there. If you have the right weight, curls up maybe an extra rock or two, gets to the nose. Definitely an aggressive call, though, with a 2-point lead. Could have just hit one of the yellow stones, and you're probably giving up a deuce, but you're going into the third end tied with the hammer.
Okay, still very early in the game.
So Isabella Barrick with the chance now to sit 3.
Okay. So light is taller.
Looks like they're going to play this one around the guard.
Okay. Okay. Me and Maya have been getting 4-1-5-4-2.
Setting up for
for
the
top
in-turn,
12
so they are going to try and just slip this one around the
can take
guard.
it too.
Half buried, try to leave no doubles and secure their 3.
T, all there, T.
Sweepers seem to think it's a little hot early.
T.
Now they're starting on it.
Weight looks pretty perfect. Just didn't quite get the curl
Nice
that
shot.
they were hoping
Really
for.
nice.
And most of the draws that they played this end haven't really gotten there. So it'll be interesting to see whether that's just a spot in the ice. Maybe it doesn't curl quite as much to the wings. Looks like they got plenty of curl to the other side of the house, but not quite to the left side as we look at it. So it could just be a slightly straighter spot. May need to tighten up the broom a little bit.
But for Team Galardo, still the 2 is very much in play.
Absolutely.
I think that's his name, right?
Isabel will probably have to come up with a double here to try to hold them to 2.
No, I don't like that either. Okay, we draw.
I mean, that leaves them a takeout for 2.
That's true. But if we like stay here, I'm sure we're like stuck here-ish. Like they just have the board.
Yeah, I like that.
But like when they hit it just straight and we're out, that's 4.
Definitely seen so far this game
What do you think?
Isabel's proclivity to go to the draw over the hit, and it looks like they're trying to figure out whether there's a reasonable draw that can be played here, but
Yeah, I like this.
I don't know.
Okay, you got
It
it.
seems so precise, Tori. I mean,
Like there?
even if you make the draw as good as you possibly can, yeah, which this age group, the Runback isn't the most commonly made shot that you see, but it still probably would be pretty makeable for Isabella. And it's just very difficult if you touch off of any of the guards or you're a little bit heavy, you're probably giving up a 4. And if you hit one of the yellow stones, yes, you might not make the double if you're unsure about your hitting abilities, but even if you just get rid of one of them, max you're giving up 3. It's a 1-point game going into the 3rd.
Oh, never mind. That's curl. Curl if you can.
Line looks like it has a chance here.
Oh, they're curling. That's gonna.
Looks like it might slide a little deep.
You can always do the run though.
Looks like it did just hang on in time to cut out at least the 3rd shot, but does slip a hair too far, so it's going to looks like it's going to be an open draw for Isabella Barrick.
How many we're sitting right now?
Do you take on the chance for 3? You could probably follow them down in that draw path. You don't have to tap it far, but
Yeah,
you've
even
already
if you
seen
clear
this
around
game.
with,
If you
like,
try
back
something, you
12
try to
weight,
up
right?
that weight a little bit, things can be a little bit tricky.
Just to push it back that extra little bit. Yeah, you don't even have to tap it with that much weight. Just enough where it moves back enough.
A shot like this a call like this really comes down to
Would you
how
throw here,
comfortable
the-
you are with the spot. If you
finesse?
feel like you
Would you throw
know
the
the spot in the ice really, really well, you can really hit that weight that you want to without overthrowing it. I don't
Yeah,
mind
true.
taking it on, but this early in the game, this early in the weekend, 3
Oh,
points
okay.
is pretty big.
Just draw. Okay.
You do have the opportunity where if your weight's good, if you do happen to tick off the top yellow, you're probably getting your 3 anyways.
Okay.
But what do you think,
Say
Tori?
there's
What
not
would,
a
what
lot
would
of-
you like to play here?
There's not a lot of
Yeah, honestly,
risk with it. Like worst
around
case,
the same way you've been throwing.
it's tough.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
I like it. You got it.
you're just throwing back 12 weight to it,
Okay.
so yeah, even if you took off the top one, you should be able to stick around for your 2nd point, and you're tied.
So final shot here in the 2nd for Isabella
Back
Barrick,
8.
and a chance for
Back
4.
8.
Hearing some back 8 weight being called.
That's what they want to see.
Back 8.
Rock's looking a little reluctant to curling, but it looks like it's gonna
Starting to move now.
start.
Back 8. Back 8.
Sweepers seem to like it. Line color seems to like it. Now are they going to have the weight to bump it back far enough?
Okay.
No,
That's okay.
doesn't look like it. It's gonna rest just on top.
I know.
It's definitely the smart way to throw that, though, as it comes up, freezes on the red,
just didn't have
and a
enough.
big 3 points here for Team Galardo in the 2nd end to retake the lead. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Isabel Rahnenfuehrer finds herself in a 1-hole deficit, but will have the hammer.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
And as we come back inside, the Oshawa Curling Club picking up at the start of our third end of action here in our feature game. Team Galardo holds a 3-2 lead over Team Rahnenfuehrer. We saw there in that last end, Tori, some aggressive play by Team Rahnenfuehrer. Found themselves in trouble. Their skip comes up, though, with I'd say a half-decent shot at the end there to limit the damage, but could have been a lot more on the board for Team Galardo.
Oh, for sure. And that's the risk that you get with playing that aggressive. When your opponents have hammer, it's the risk versus the reward, and Team Rahnenfuehrer just didn't quite get enough shots in a row to set up something decent for themselves.
I think Jamie's going to give you a bit more.
But all in all, I think you have to take a step back and look at the scoreboard. Look, yes, you gave up a 3.
Oh, for sure,
it's
yeah.
not great. But take a look. You're only down 1, excuse me. You have the hammer and the opportunity here to set some things up here in the second as Lily Stainton just ticks off that corner guard and rolls to a center. So we have a center and we have a corner, just maybe not quite the colors we would have expected to see.
Yeah, a little backwards.
Top 8!
That's okay.
Top 8!
Both teams would probably be pretty satisfied with the outcome. And this is a chance for Maya Bolton to sink one around.
Looks like this one's just going to come up a little light and over curl.
Okay.
We'll see, does that redstone stay on the center line? It looks
I think
like it did.
Looks like it did, yeah.
So, of course, the no-tick rule is in effect, so any rock that's touching the center line
What'd you get for
cannot be
time?
moved off the center line for the first 5 stones of the end. That one,
Yeah, it's slowing
so
down
they
more
did
than we
move it,
thought.
but because it remains in
'Cause that was like
contact
a-
with the line, everything's okay, everything
No,
stays as it is.
It kind of crashed. Yeah.
It's not more.
4-1.
It's probably.
Honestly, like a 395, yeah. What are you getting for hog to hog, Izzy? What are you getting hog to hog for draw weight?
What was time for that?
Okay. Okay. Do you want me to go up and sweep this one?
Double corners and some double centers there, Matt.
Interesting way to get there, but we're going to have some rocks in play this end, I feel. Now switching up the turn, this is perhaps a little bit surprising, although if we recall, Team Galardo would have thrown this direction a lot last end, so they may just feel a little bit more comfortable with knowing what this spot on the sheet is going to do. It's going to make its way past the guards. We'll have to see now what the weight looks like.
Yes!
Like Chloe making her, I believe that's her first draw of the game.
Yeah, and a fantastic
Good
one
judge,
at that.
guys.
Stays full in the top 8 foot. That's really going to limit Team Rahnenfuehrer's scoring chances going on
Good judge.
in this end.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Great
It's
team shot.
being weird.
And those made draws are so much more important, especially
Yeah,
at this
'cause,
younger level where maybe
I've
that
been timing the rocks
high
here,
weight ability, the big
Yeah. for
hits
sure.
aren't necessarily in the wheelhouse for a lot of these teams. If you don't have the opportunity to open things up and give yourself chances, especially with the hammer, things can sort of spiral out of control really quickly. So we'll see how Team Rahnenfuehrer is able to deal with that. They do move one of the guards out
like
of
the
play,
guard?
so all in all, a pretty good
Do you
outcome.
like the top 12 guard?
But still
Yeah.
leaves
Yeah, right there.
Team Galardo sitting one
I
buried.
like that. Yep. I'll throw a little less.
Now it looks like the call here is to just plug up that hole, remove the easier way to get access to the 4 foot.
Yeah, and
Smart call by Jamie and
Where
team.
is it?
I love the patience here by
Where?
Team Galardo. Of course, it's a great draw that Chloe made on her last one. Is it perfect? No, you'd love to have it maybe full 4 or cutting down a little bit more of the rings. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to do anything right now. I think you're happy just to keep
judge,
guarding
guys.
throughout the rest of the end. Hope you get the opportunity to maybe improve it later. But even as is, there's not really an easy draw that can be made for Team Rahnenfuehrer. They still have to try and move things around, open
starting
things
to
up for themselves.
Slowly understand the ice now. You just gotta throw nothing. Come out with nothing. And then clean release, clean everything.
Is this chasing the back one, Matt?
I think you have a couple options here. Definitely looked like they wanted to maybe move the back one, but you have the opportunity if comes up a little bit to get the guard, but this one just slips by. That kind of goes back to what I was saying in the first end. You want to try and get something out of every shot, even if it's not necessarily the called shot. A little tight there is always going to be better than a little wide. At least you move the guard or open up some sort of space for yourself. Now you've given the free opportunity for Team Galardo to come down and improve their own position, and I think this is what I said they would be waiting for. Now with the opportunity, they can come up, tap that yellow stone, cut down a little bit more of the rings, and really cause some problems for Isabel going forward.
Tight 3, biting 12. Okay.
I don't think that was the right call.
Okay.
I feel like
Fair. Okay. Yeah, definitely light, because we can add that extra guard there, right? I threw what did I throw? A 4-2 and it ended up top 8. Just for reference.
I love the discussion there, sort of
Tight
referencing
3!
back to her shots that she's thrown previously in this
Tight
game,
3!
especially that draw that she threw last end.
2! 2!
Sweeper's calling this one a little bit light, which is your tolerance
Tight
on
3!
this type of shot. So if you're not going to make the one that you're trying to make, you can make a decent half shot, which
Okay. Good
you
plan B.
have pretty well no access to that yellow one or the 4-foot right now. So that was also a great outcome by Jamie.
I think we feel something.
Yeah, if you're a little bit heavy there, tick off the shot stone and roll out into the open. You might give Isabel the chance to maybe play a
I don't
hit
know
and
how
roll
you're,
or
like, not
find
sweating
some
in the
way in
sweater.
there.
I don't know.
I
A
would
little
be
light,
dead.
everything is closed off.
I'm
tired, but I'm just like, I don't know.
And now we see Team Rahnenfuehrer running up to try and
overheat.
move these guards, open things up for themselves.
Whoa. Whoa.
good job, Izzy.
Moves one of the yellows,
Yeah.
but unfortunately sort of just clips that second yellow on the way by and moves it back into place. Team Galardo still sitting one well buried there in the top of the 8-foot.
Kind of no real good path to draw to the button.
It didn't curl at all.
I think your only real chance may be with the outturn. I think there's a little bit of space there, but that's so precise, especially this early in the weekend when you're still unsure about the ice. You tick off either one of those guards, you're really just making things easier for your opponent.
Okay. Tolerance is what?
Excuse me.
Top 8,
That's not a lot of ice.
top 8, top 4.
It really isn't, and we saw last end that this
You don't need
spot
to tap it back that much, eh?
seemed to be a bit more patient, not wanting to curl quite as much. I agree, it definitely looks like minimum ice. Although I think the call was maybe just top 12, so not quite wanting to go right to the button. With top 12 weight, you do have that opportunity where if it curls up a bit, you tick off a guard, you're probably not moving anything too much,
Top
and you'll
4!
still be in a great position.
Top 4!
Top 8!
Sweeper's calling top 4, top 8
Let's see,
early.
Maya. Hard curl. Yes, never stop. Never stop. I got this one. Hard. Hard!
Tapping
Keep
the
going.
center guard. Is that the call we were just wrong, Matt?
Not sure. Definitely looked like the line caller panicked a little bit out of the hand, like she was tighter than they wanted to be. If it wasn't the call, it's a great plan B by Jamison Galardo there, knowing immediately out of the hand that it was a little bit tight and getting a great outcome out of it. I don't know, Tori, is there a hole there? Looks like there just might be enough space to guide a rock through there and remove at least one of the stones in the rings.
It's going to be hard to stick the shooter, though.
This one's got a good chance. But it's just going to clip off that center
really
guard
close.
and fly by. And as we said, we'd keep you updated on all matchups as we go throughout the weekend. All these scores can be found online as well. But as we look across the club here over on sheet 1, it is Team Stesky actually just put another 2 up on the board as I'm looking over. So Stesky with a 4-1 lead over Team Murray. Looking over at sheet 2, it is Perot and Riel in a 1-1 tie, looks like. Sheet 3, Team Ganjaga all steals so far in this one, currently holding on to 4-0 lead over Team Bedard. Of course, we know our feature here, Galardo, up 3-2. Moving over to sheet 5, another tied, close game, 1-1. In their third end of play. And over on sheet 6, another game of all steals as Team Sohn holds a 2-0 lead over Team Keelan. So you're sitting 3, but this end is kind of slipped through the fingers of Team Galardo a little bit as they just tick off their own and really opens up the center line for Team Rahnenfuehrer.
I saw that.
Yeah, they had a great setup early on, but just a couple half shots here and there, and some decent half shots from Team Rahnenfuehrer, and it's pretty open.
And don't get me wrong, they're still sitting 3, so plenty of pressure on Team Rahnenfuehrer. You need to make your shots, but there was really no opportunity or direction for Isabel to find her way to the button. At least now you'd imagine she's always going to have an open shot to the button to score her 1. But probably going to try and make a nice little hit and roll here and set up a late deuce. Keep an eye on this one, though. Redirects off the guard into the ones in the top 8 foot and doesn't look like it pushed them far enough. So Team Galardo still sitting 3.
Caught a little bit of a lucky break on that one.
But Isabella now with the chance to toss up a guard. One in the way of Isabel for her last stone. And I think, Tori, that's just a little bit of maybe getting caught with 2 different paths. We've seen that out turn there has been reluctant to curl, running a little bit straighter. So you switch it up, you try to throw the in turn, you still have that straight spot in your mind, so maybe you throw it a little bit softer and it gets away from you and curls a ton.
Don't touch.
Don't touch. Doesn't look like a whole lot of ice if he wants to keep a guard on the right side of center.
I can imagine this one might be over curling a little bit. So we see it cross the hog line.
Okay.
I'm really not sure that's where they wanted that guard.
Were
I think
you
they wanted to
inside?
keep it on the other side of the center line.
It was good weight.
I slipped fast, dug my toe into the ice. So much like a pull the rock back. And I should have put the knee down.
Oh, the knee would have worked.
The next step I had.
So we just listened to
That's
the
okay.
discussion there by Team
It's
Galardo
not as
afterwards.
easy.
Really, it
But
shouldn't. I would be very.
I think that they might have just been getting a little spooked. That spot has run straight.
guess.
And I
I'm
get
just
it.
saying
You
they haven't been
throw a
able to take
couple
it out.
rocks a little bit more positive. They really don't do anything for you. You really want to avoid sort of that the double compensation
take a
where
little bit more
all of a
ice.
sudden as a thrower you're thinking, okay,
for
well,
every
I
single
need to throw it a little bit softer. And as the line caller or the skip, you're thinking, okay, I need to give a little bit less ice. All of a sudden, then you start finding some rocks curling. You're taking less ice, so they really over curl. So would love to hear a discussion by Team Galardo where they really try to figure out, okay, what do we want to do? Do we want to throw our rocks a little bit softer, or do we want to tighten up the broom and try to make those smaller adjustments to find where they
I think
want
she's
to
gonna
be?
throw normal.
But as it
She's got
stands
some
now
good
in an
weight.
end where
She's throwing
nothing was really going their way early, the chance here for Isabel Rahnenfuehrer to score her single with a delicate hit.
Calling for Super Lily to curl. Will make contact, but just roll a little too far. So will be a steal of one for Team Galardo.
And that will tie up the game. So we'll take a quick break as they clear the rocks and get set for their fourth end of play. It'll be it will not be a tie game. My bad, it was a steal. So Team Galardo will go into the fourth end with a 2-point lead. When we come back, Rahnenfuehrer down 2-4 with the
Peace of mind, the life you want, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial knowledge. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to create the life they want. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
And we're back after the aftermath of a pretty crucial steal here early in this one for Team Galardo. They hold a 4-2 lead as we move forward into the fourth end of play. And Tori, curling is a game that is really defined, especially at the younger level, but at any level, I think curling is a game that's really defined by the steals.
Yes.
If you can go through a game or a tournament without giving up steals or very few steals, even if you necessarily don't have the scoring abilities of maybe some other teams, you can really carry yourself far. But steals are really just free points that you give away, really gives a lot of that chance of winning back over to the other team. Not saying this one is over by any means, still plenty of game to play, but that's something that you always need to keep in mind when you're calling a game. How am I always going to make sure I have a shot for myself at the end, and so that we don't give up a steal?
really nice weight, Maya. I had a 387. So it's picking up a little bit.
Yep, far as you can. You got it.
So we saw Maya Bolton
Top
put
rope.
her first right on the tee line on the side of the forefoot. And Team Rahnenfuehrer
look
kind
at
of
that.
switching gears and calling a freeze on that one.
Sorry,
Matt.
little Dan.
Coming up a little bit light, but different style of play on that.
Yeah, normally what you want to see, especially when you're down in score, you want some guards, really some things to work with. I think really important to always keep in mind that I personally feel a
Little lads,
freeze
top
is the hardest shot in curling.
Tight
It's, you really
Tight
have to get that weight so perfect. She's pretty close on that draw, a couple feet light. But that is now a rock that's in your way. If you're just a foot heavy and bounce off, gives your opponents the opportunity to hit and steal too.
You got it, Izzy. Yeah, all the way.
So it's really
All
a
the
shot
way.
that you want to sort of avoid trying to play if there's a way to do that. Now Team Galardo with the free opportunity to toss up a
Good sweep,
guard.
Izzy.
Now they're sitting one behind staggered rocks.
Team Rahnenfuehrer continuing to bring play to the center.
Yeah, she wanted
Not a
half and
typical
half
move
kinda
for
splitting.
teams with hammer when they're
So it's
down
harder
in
for the run,
points.
right?
Normally you'll see play move to the sides of the house around some corner guards, but
Yeah, no, that was really good
What we've
weight.
seen so far, Isabel loves to tend towards the draw, so something that they're comfortable with. And they've made a couple good ones. They haven't
I
been
know, I was
too
gonna
far
say that.
off
Like, how
on
is it
their
always
draws.
so like?
This one, the weight looks really good. Just needs to find some curl.
Yeah.
sweeping for
No,
curl
you
the
actually
whole way
did.
down on
I
that
think
one,
it started
but
with
the
her
weight
seeing
was
her buns, and
spot
we were like, we
on.
got
I
you the
don't think
buns.
I could have thrown that weight any better.
Perfect
Yeah.
weight gets shot stone on the button.
Hey,
Team Galardo
yeah.
will need to remove it, but it does stay open. So if Chloe Eastwood can remove this redstone and roll in behind, they'll be very happy with their setup to begin this fourth end.
Hard! 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 Hard!
And we'll stick the shooter on the side of the 12-foot, just behind the tee line.
Yeah, I see
It's
the.
like maybe
bring it down
stop
a little
just in
bit.
time to sit too.
But
Rock over there on the wings
see it tone
shouldn't
it down a
really
little
be
bit.
something you're worried
What are you
about
getting for
though
hot
if you're the
dog?
team with hammer.
No. We're going to
Okay,
see
it felt a
Isabel
little- yeah,
Rahnenfuehrer call
okay.
the same shot, but it looks
little
like
bit
she made
less.
a little bit of an ice adjustment, giving a little bit less ice to try and get a little more curl.
Team Rahnenfuehrer coached by Kurt Rahnenfuehrer out of the Elmira Curling Club. This is their second year together. All these players with experience at high school provincials, albeit not playing together with their own individual schools.
I don't mind coming
This
like
one
biting 12.
slipping through the rings.
Even tight 3. Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, when you play that really, really aggressive style and really lean on your draws, if you're not able to
Really watch
execute
this
them, you
one.
can find yourself in a lot of trouble. As now Chloe Eastwood with the free opportunity to try and sink one around this center. We saw her make a great draw last end, so she should
Where is
have that
it?
draw weight pretty close, although this one calling heavy early.
It looks like this one's going to cross that back line.
Yeah, I gave a little bit more. That's my bad.
You could hear Chloe taking a little bit
Yeah,
of ownership
no,
with
I
that
felt,
one,
yeah.
saying she gave that one a little bit more weight.
Here, hold on.
Isabel Rahnenfuehrer now calling a
Sometimes
run
I
back
forget
or a
how
tap,
fast it is, and
Matt?
I'm just
Looks
so
like
used to
maybe
having
just a
my
little bit of a
steps in there.
tap. Although this is coming with a little bit more weight, you really want to control the weight here so that you have the opportunity to use your sweeper. This one looks like
Yeah, that's
maybe
not gonna
playing a
hit
bit more of a run back, and it's not going to get up to the nose that they needed and remove that red stone. Still overall a positive for Isabel. Now opens up access to that shot stone on that side of the sheet.
How's my hair look?
Definitely could have
So
brought the
good?
weight a little bit down, give yourself a little bit more control with your sweepers, control the angles a little bit better.
Oh, good, it's tricky.
Yeah, I've had them since, like the curtain bangs I've had since grade 12. It's almost a year now.
We got this. We can sit on it.
Okay. Tolerance is light. Down here, you're looking at.
As I look over, Tori, our U21 team's getting some practice ice this morning. I believe practice ice for all teams started at 8 a.m.
15
if teams liked it, and we're still seeing over on sheets 7 and 8. the last of our U21 teams getting practice. U21 action will open up starting at 4 p.m. today. We'll have everything for you from that division as well all weekend as they play for the opportunity to represent Canada in Switzerland.
You can see one of our Swiss teams out there right now practicing.
Great exchange program they have set up.
Fantastic.
As Switzerland sends 2 teams over here annually. Our champions from this event will go over there, get a week in Switzerland, get to play some international competition, and just see really a beautiful part of the world.
So these rocks creating an opportunity for Team Rahnenfuehrer to get a shot stone in there and create a little bit of a pocket. Even just freeze right down onto the shot stone or tap it back. So throwing third rocks, Emily Weidman.
This looks pretty good.
Will it get by that guard? A little bit of a rub.
But not too much, and Tori kind of stays in a really good spot for Team Rahnenfuehrer. Sit second shot, you have an angle onto that shot stone. There probably is enough space if you're Isabella and you'd like to try and make a little, probably the best shot if you knew you were going to make something is to come down with a bit of a heavy draw, get to the inside of the red stone, tap and roll behind the center guard. You are playing with a little bit of fire though. We have seen that intern coming home running a bit straighter. Really don't want to hit that red on the high side.
And the guards like complicate stuff.
Of course, the easier shot, a little bit less of a bonus, but you could always just toss up the guard. Looks like they're going to take a crack at it though. Try to get to the inside of this red stone.
You're gonna have to hit the inside of it with board to make sure we don't run ours back. So if you
hear
can,
Team Galardo talking
inside
about
would be better than outside.
the weight and where they have to hit that rock. So great team communication here. It's a very important shot.
Board up!
Chloe trying to make this one curl.
Nice shot.
Great sweep in order not to completely jam that red rock.
Really good weight control too.
Good weight.
11.7 seconds hog to hog, which I think is around what you'd be looking for board weight. This, with this ice being a little
Do
bit
you think they can
quicker,
hear me
you're probably
grunting in
looking
the
at around
live?
12. So,
Ugh.
as they said, board maybe a little bit
just,
up,
like,
but a
thought of
great
that.
outcome gets that curl to the inside.
You got this. It's like feel.
And Emily Weidman here with really no opportunity needs to give themselves a chance to score. Move these yellow stones. Would love to stick around on the nose if they could.
What a shot. That was a fantastic shot by Emily.
Nice.
Makes
one.
the
Oh my
double.
gosh.
Close to getting a triple out of it.
Well, there's really 2 ways you could have played that. Could have played it with a little less weight, try to get to the nose, probably only remove 1 yellow stone from play. They decide with a little bit more weight, hits it thinner. Yes, you do lose the shooter, but now you have plenty of room to work with to try and get behind that guard and take your 2. Of course, if you're Isabella Barrick, you're not going to, hopefully not going to give them the opportunity to do so. You'd love to sink one around right to the top 4 here.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I I told Jamie to throw a 15-1 last time. So that's good. Okay. Top 12! Top 8!
Pulling a little bit light out of the hand early. Chloe Eastwood takes the stone.
Gotta go! Now we're getting it there. Top 12!
Trying to get this as far as they can. They will get it to the rings, but it stops top 12.
It was a great sweep by Chloe and Maya. That's what we call an end-to-end sweep,
Yeah.
Matt.
I need my water, I forgot it.
Really, it's not the outcome that they would have liked, obviously, but it's a great shot. It cuts off one side of the ring, so Team Rahnenfuehrer can no longer play the intern. And I really like that we're starting to see a couple light shots coming down. Of course, we've heard them saying how quick the ice is. We've seen how many rocks have been heavy or through the rings. And it's great to see the teams adjusting where now they have something to work off of. Now you can think, okay, somewhere in between those two weights is what you want to see or feel coming out of the hack. First shot here for Isabel. Wants to get one buried. This one maybe looking a little tight to the guard early.
Other straight. Hard straight, Lily. Hard straight. Hard straight, Lily. You got this. Hard straight. Hard straight. Hard straight. Okay, get the roll. Get the roll. That's okay. Sorry. That was
A little bit of a missed opportunity. That would have been a great chance to put one on the forefoot and try and get a skipper's deuce out of that, but little light, a little bit of an over curl.
Yeah, and really blocks a lot of the paths to the button.
Just, are they all busy with stuff going on like after Christmas?
You see the discussion here by
Oh, you guys just didn't register?
Isabel and Jameson.
Okay.
I think they recognize that there's really no easy draw path right now. So if you throw this and it does happen to end up maybe top 12, half buried, sort of like her other draw was, there's no path to the button that's simple for Isabel. I think you'd love to see this one come right down to the button, though, if you could place it dead buried behind that red guard. There is a hole between those guards, but it is quite small.
Yeah. You got it.
Isabella Barrick with her final stone here in the
Top
fourth.
12! Same weight! Top 8! No, wait, this looks good. T? T?
Have to go a little for line here. Looks like it's gonna over curl.
Okay,
Does
that works.
Again, doesn't leave an easy path to
No.
get to the forefoot. But good news is they only need a piece of the 8 to count 1.
Weight was good.
yeah, just
I would say that was
like there, you think?
I mean, I say how do you get there? There's obviously a couple easy ways to get there. You just have to go out so far on the sheet that weight is going to be a big question mark. Normally you'd think you want to throw a couple feet extra, maybe something like what would be back 12 down a good path, and it should dig in, but with how quick the ice has been, you never really know. Sometimes those wide paths can actually be quite good, and you can get caught guessing something that makes you look quite silly. But Isabel Rahnenfuehrer with her final stone here in the fourth needs full 12 for her single.
widest rock that they've thrown on this sheet so far.
And you can see it starting to dig in. Lily Stainton and now Emily Weidman trying to drag it there, but it's just not going to as it comes up short on the WFG logo, and it will be a steal of 2 here for Team Galardo here in the 4th. They take a 6-2 lead. We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll be back for the second half.
Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Sell series, but you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look, give me Stu a call.
And we're back here after the first half of play. It is Team Jameson Galardo holding a 6-2 lead over Team Rahnenfuehrer. And Tori, let's talk about both teams here. 4 ends under your belt now. Start of the competition, so really learning about the ice. If you're Team Rahnenfuehrer, what do you have to do in the second half of this game to try and claw back?
I think the biggest thing that we're seeing is just a couple, too many missed shots or too many missed shots the wrong way. If they could try and focus on finding a tolerance within their shot and what is, if I'm not going to make it, the best way to miss so that we're still not sitting in too much trouble, I think that's what they need to do.
And for Team Galardo, I think obviously you look at the scoreboard and you say, okay, everything has sort of gone the way we would have liked it to in the first half of this one, but I still think they had a few opportunities to really sort of put the hammer down or really try to lock things down, especially in the third and fourth end there. They weren't quite able to get their stones in those exact places that they needed to, and I think a lot of it comes down to either the broom or the release. We've seen a couple times that the tendency, especially with them in the last 2 ends, has been on the over curl. So I'd love to see them have that discussion.
Tight 3!
Either take a little bit more ice, throw it a little bit more positively, but one or the other. I think they've sort of swung a little bit too far in the other direction after noticing, okay, there's a couple straight spots, there's a couple spots that curl and are really quick, and they're making a lot of adjustments, and I'd love to see them just have that discussion to be just a little bit more precise, get that broom in the right spot, and make just 1 or 2 more shots in the back half of this one to really lock the game down. Lily Stainton with her second rock here in this one, trying to play the hit, but a little bit tight out of the hand. Will thankfully not move anything or move that guard off of the center line. Now a chance for Chloe Eastwood to toss up a second guard and get another good setup here in the fourth. And I think we've seen, Tori, the last couple ends, it's really been a big plus to Team Galardo, especially in the front end. They've gotten pretty much every end set up the way they've wanted to. It's really been the back end that has had just a couple sort of half misses where they really would have had the opportunity to put a lot more pressure on Team Rahnenfuehrer. Now, that being said, Rahnenfuehrer hasn't executed the opportunities that they've been given to score when need be, but I think if we can get just the back end of Team Galardo to really lock things down on what's been some great setups by their front end, I think they might be able to close this one out.
If you're Team Rahnenfuehrer and you're looking at this, you're probably not too happy. See 2 of your red rocks out of play and 3 yellows all in a line on the center. it's not the most ideal setup for generating points.
Now you see Isabel leaning on the draw once again. I like this aggressive strategy now. You find yourself down. You really have to start taking a few more risks going forward. So try to figure out that draw weight. Try to put some rocks in some really good spots so that even if you don't necessarily pull this game out, you have experience and something that you can bring forward into your next one.
Looks like this one's gonna come in nicely. Just doesn't quite have the weight to get buried, but the line would have been spot on.
Guard! 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 What's a shot?
But again, it's a smart miss. That redstone coming up light gives you something that you can work with. It's another guard you can draw around later, something that you can tap up to improve with your later stones.
The important thing with this shot is not to be tight.
Leave it!
The last thing you want to do if you're Team Galardo is promote the other team's rock when you're already sitting 2 and you're up by 4. So it looks like this rock came in a little light, which I missed the call, but that looks like an okay outcome considering the angles.
Pretty good. They were talking about throwing a guard. I assume that they meant the guard on the other side to guard their own stones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do have
I
to
don't mind that. It
start
takes away
being a
their
little
tap.
bit careful though if you're
'Cause it really
Team
curled,
Galardo.
eh?
You
Like,
do have a big
that
lead,
tap
but
was
you don't
so
want to
there.
get a bunch of junk up there where if Team Rahnenfuehrer is able to get something around, you'll never have a chance to get at it.
That's a pretty good shot there by Emily Weidman.
Yeah, loses the shooter, but does open everything up. So you're now sitting second shot.
Buried.
Yeah. Jameson's only shot stone is wide open, so you either have to guard it. You're kind of in it now.
Yeah.
You've got the 2 center guards up. You can't really clear that out and play the rest of the end out if you're Team Galardo. So you got to play a bit more aggressive now. Either guard the yellow or try to sink another one in there where you're not going to leave a double.
Okay.
Looks like Jamie's choosing just to play the guard.
That's okay. We can take it, eh?
So Jameson
Yeah,
Galardo
yeah,
comes
that's good.
down, leaves Isabella Bear holding the broom.
Yeah, for sure.
Jameson is the skip, but does throw the 3rd stones. This team, first year together, Tori, but already seeing success as they've already qualified for U18 provincials. They've won the U18 Pegasus Slam this year, and experience in this event as Isabella Barrick won the U18 Canadian Junior Cup last year, and Jameson Galardo was the runner-up. So you know what they say, if you can't beat them, join them, and you got the top 2 from last year putting together a team for this one. I'd expect this team is going to find themselves playing pretty far into Sunday, but we will see how everything ends up turning out.
Pretty good outcome with that one. I can't tell if I believe that rock is second shot, so yellow rock sitting both first and second, and in a little bit of a Christmas tree stagger, so not easy to remove both of them either.
Yeah, 2 ways to play this. You can try what you did on your last shot. Try to remove one of the yellow stones and stay somewhere to sit 2-3, but Team Rahnenfuehrer deciding instead to try and draw around. Certainly good if you can make it. This one a little bit tight though. It's going to make contact with the red. You know what? Looks like it was maybe enough to push it up for second shot. Pretty close, but I think they did.
Like that.
So push the yellows into the open too. So pretty good outcome, I would say, overall for Isabel.
Like, there's so many options here that I would be okay with. Like, the guard, okay? The hit and roll, okay?
And here,
Even
Team
the draw.
Galardo
Even if you threw like
talking
the
about,
draws
or the
there
front
too.
end of Team Galardo talking about shot options. You can hit and roll off that one on the side of the 12-foot, that Team Rahnenfuehrer, their shooter that they just threw. Or you can guard your 2 yellows, which it looks like that's what they've chosen to do. So you're gonna guard shot rock and third shot, sitting right in front of it.
Okay. Tight 2, tight 3. Same weight. Same weight. Tight 2. Tight 2. Tight 2. Tight 2.
Liking the weight
1.
to guard, but
It's a 2. Okay, nice shot.
to sit down, not to over curl.
I curled a lot. Wow.
Yeah, both those rocks still pretty open, Matt.
Definitely the opportunity. There's definitely a double there. I think it would be pretty difficult to hold the shooter. You could make the double and sit 2.
I'm glad
Other
we had
option,
the
again,
early
you
draw.
could play a nose hit,
'Cause then I can
remove
go
one of
back
the
home.
Yellowstones, leave them sitting shot, but then you'd be sitting second, third, and fourth all the way around. Or you sink another draw, which looks like what they're going to be going for.
Whoa, watch the weight. Whoa.
Looks like this one's just a little bit too heavy. Yeah, sweeper backing right off at the top of the house.
That was
As the rock finds its
385.
way
I
through the
think we're good.
rings.
All good. I don't want to. Yeah. Okay. Oh man.
And we do have our first set of handshakes out there on the U18 boys side. Over on sheet 3, as it looks like Aaron Gonjaga, who found himself out to a 7-1 lead early, scores again in the 5th end, and Logan Bedard concedes. So Aaron Gonjaga moving to 1-0. Logan Bedard 0-1, but plenty of action still to come all week. And as I look at the draw here, Tori, for the rest of the weekend, of course, 3 draws today, 12, 4, and 8. 3 more draws tomorrow, and a few more Monday until we finally find ourselves into the playoffs. 8 p.m. Monday night and all through Tuesday. And we'll be bringing you all the feature games here on Sheet 4 all weekend long. I'll remind you again, Sheet 6 is also a secondary broadcast. We do have the feed running if your team is playing over there with no commentary or microphones. But if you have someone that you support playing over on Sheet 6, you can go check them out there on our other stream.
2, 3, on its own. 3. Okay. Nice shot.
That's a great shot there by Isabella Barrick, blocking the only path into the button.
Get that. Nice weight. That was good.
I think this is one of those opportunities where
Whenever I yell, I can hear my
Isabel
voice.
Rahnenfuehrer
man,
might
like,
have
why
to
is
play
why do I sound
the
like
double
that?
to get a multiple and bring that scoreboard just a little bit closer.
Yeah, and she's kind of been forced
I know.
into it now with that last shot by Isabella. Again, I'm sitting right behind the hack here on sheet 4, and looks like you definitely can see enough of that Yellowstone to make the double. Would have to play pretty close to the guard. Not sure if you could make the double and keep the shooter.
Curling more though.
Be incredibly difficult. Looks like she is going to take it on.
No. Because we play
See if we can hear
Pero.
a weight choice being called.
Oh yeah, you can stay on the sheet now.
So double those ones out. You got it.
Okay, so looks like she's going
Make
for
sure
the
it's super
double.
loud and yell.
just go by both those yellows. But not last rock. So we're going to see Team Galardo throw their last, see if they can create a higher pressure situation for Team Rahnenfuehrer.
Few options here, really depending on how comfortable you are with the setup right now. Easiest option would just be to throw a guard on that double that she just tried. It's very makeable. They know the spot. Should be able to just toss one up there in the way. If you're not entirely comfortable with how the setup looks, you could come down, maybe play a tap and try to cut down the scoring area a little bit more. Looks like that is what they're trying to do.
Top 8? Okay, T. So like
Looking
a
for T
395
weight, so
then. Four-ish,
probably would
395.
just move both rocks. Likely just moving that closer one to just bite the forefoot.
Okay. T, all there, T. It's up. Nice shot.
That was a great shot by Isabella Barrick.
A great sweep by Chloe Eastwood to get that little bit of curl, taps the stone to the full 8
I
foot.
put my entire
Does
body weight on that.
expose the shot stone a little
Good
bit,
shot.
but there's no way to hit it and score.
I think your best look at scoring is tapping that red on the side of the 12 foot to the full 4, or a piece of the 4. Hard to tell from this angle.
Yeah, it doesn't look like either of the yellows are touching the 4 foot, so would really only need it to grab a piece. They haven't really looked over there, though. Looks like they're looking at these yellows, trying to figure out if there's any way to score.
I have the stopwatch, I have the pans.
I guess there
have
might
the
be
balance
some,
plus
there
shoes,
might be a triple, but
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Be interested to see if they call a timeout here to hear from their coach.
we know how much Isabella has leaned on the
Izzy's a
touch
step up.
shots, the draws so far this game.
You want to draw? I don't like drawing this way. I think tap here's our best shot.
It's like now they've found it.
Like back 4, it's fine. Back 8, back 4-ish.
Like my hands are sliding.
I feel like more. What's plan? Tap red and four. Sounds good. Yeah. 4. Yeah, maybe 3. Because I can put that ice. I don't know.
Isabel here with
Line
her
good.
last in the 5th. Trying to promote her red on the
Line's good.
top 12 into the 4
Line's
foot.
good.
Line looks really good here. Is it going to have the right weight? Looks like it's just a little bit solid. We'll push that redstone too far to the back of the 12, and it's going to be another steal of 2 for Team Galardo here in the 5th. They will take an 8-2 lead going into the 6th when we come back.
Peace of mind, the life you want, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial knowledge. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to create the life they want. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
And we're back inside the Oshawa Curling Club, picking up in the 6th end of play. Maya Bolton starts us off for Team Galardo, who hold on to an 8-2 lead. Tori, we're seeing some lopsided scores out there this morning as we just look across the sheets. Team Stesky, 9-1 lead over Team Murray. That's on the boys' side. Also on the boys' side, our close game of the day so far, we have Mercedes and Gregotsky. Mercedes taking a 2 in the 5th to tie the game. They're tied at 3-3 in their 6th end of play. Over on sheet 6, Team Sohn takes a 3 spot in the 5th to open up an 8-2 lead over Keon. And on women's side of play, it was a very close game, but a big steal of 3 by Team Perot in the 5th end over Team Riel gives them a 5-2 lead going into the 6th. And of course, we already mentioned Genjaga on the boys' side opening up with a win over Team Bedard, 8-1.
3.
I feel like having some lopsided scores isn't unexpected in a first draw of a tournament. Like you said earlier, Matt, it's that first team to figure out the ice and the speed, and looks like we have a couple teams who've got a pretty good handle on it.
Not at all, and it's not at all surprising, and also not at all surprising that the teams are, continuing to play. I think there's a couple scores out there where, I think I saw a couple teams out there sort of having a little bit of a discussion of, well, do we shake? Do we want to keep going? And I think it's good to see them keep playing at least maybe that one more and toss the rocks back for the 6th. Really get that, experience, get a little bit more time on the ice to try and figure out the different paths, especially at this younger age level, to really make sure that they've got a handle of things coming into their next one. See here in the start of this one, though, Team Rahnenfuehrer deciding to toss up the corner guard. Really happy to see that, and after a small miss by Team Galardo, now they've got a great setup. 2 corner guards, the shot stone's wide open. Choosing not to make a play on the shot stone yet, showing patience. If they get this one behind, they're going to be pretty happy with their setup here.
Be careful not to oversweep this one. Looks like it's going to put on the brakes, though, just on the T-line. Just past the T-line.
Fantastic shot there by Lily Stainton, getting one behind the guard and shot stone.
This is definitely, besides the first end, probably the most pressure that Team Galardo has felt all game.
Oh, it's starting to get cold.
Team Rahnenfuehrer looks like they've so far found a little bit of a groove.
When we get off, it's gonna
Knock on wood that keeps going for them. They can put up a multiple.
Absolutely. Of course, we see a lot, especially at this age group, the tendency to lean a bit more to the aggressive style of the game and the draws.
close.
Team Galardo with a 6-point lead here.
Really gotta curl.
Any guards aren't really helping you. And yes, it's the 5th rock at the end, so you can't remove your opponent's stones, but that one yellow corner guard is something that's going to cause them trouble a little bit here in this end, I would imagine. So would love to see them maybe talk or think about walking up to remove that stone from play. They decide to draw. Doesn't put it in too bad of a spot. It at least kind of blocks the path for Rahnenfuehrer to get another one around those corners.
4-1. Okay. So realistically, a 4. Okay.
I'd almost be tempted to play the hit and roll off that top 12 one, though, behind your corner guards. Be a little bit more patient with it.
This line looking a little bit tight early. They might have to go for that. Watch out for that red stone in the forefoot, though, and they will jam it.
Now guard. Yeah. Guard! Guard! Yes! Yes! Practice it. Curl it. Curl it.
Super's thinking this is pretty heavy. Looks like it's just gonna run in a line that's gonna tap their corner guards. So now you got two corners and just off center.
That's the second time it's been out there.
Two ways to go at this. I was surprised to see Galardo switch the turn there. I mean, Chloe Eastwood just threw the in-turn on her draw. It's possible that she's thrown a few. She has thrown a couple more out turns coming home, as I do recall. So maybe there's a bit more of a comfort factor there. But with those corners up on that side, they're kind of in the way of trying to get a tight guard up for yourself. So
Wait's a little up.
now the opportunity here for Emily Weidman to draw one around once again. Try to sit shot stone. Frozen on that rock side forefoot.
Looks like this is a little bit heavy.
Will slip just a little bit too far, so sitting third shot.
Are we second shot?
Not the worst though.
No,
Got one in there. It's buried. It's not accessible for Isabella to hit. Although I think if they didn't play the hit on that last shot, they're probably not going to do it now. Probably going to go back to the guard again.
Just a guard, eh? Yeah.
And Team Galardo in tight control of this game with an 8-2 lead, obviously, but would love to see maybe a bit more of a defensive style of play in this one. You do have that redstone that's wide open to hit. At this point here, you've kind of gotten yourself into a little bit of a pickle, so I don't think necessarily the guard here is a bad option, but definitely had the opportunity earlier to peel a corner, hit the open redstone, give themselves some simpler shots here later in this end.
Yeah, they were never really in any trouble once Team Rahnenfuehrer checked out their own on the side of the forefoot. So
it's in. What do you want?
And not to say they're necessarily in trouble now.
No.
They're still sitting two, drawing in Mace at 3 after this one as it overcurls. Doesn't look like 3, but still sitting 2. That's how you kind of get yourself into a little bit of trouble. You sort of lull yourself into a sense of security where you can kind of just toss up whatever you want, and all of a sudden, you know, if you don't make that draw or that draw picks or something else happens, there's a double opportunity for Isabella all of a sudden to sit 2. So that's something that you always have to keep in mind. Even here, there is a double chance at least to start clearing out some yellow stones. And sit second, third, and fourth. This one
looks
coming
close.
in will make contact for sure. Gets 1, gets 2, gets
What
3.
a shot by Emily Weidman.
Unfortunately loses the shooter, but gets all 3 yellow stones moving, and all of a sudden, like we were saying, you find yourself in a little bit of trouble for Team Galardo. That red stone, that second shot at the top 12 was one you could have hit earlier. Chose not to, didn't quite execute a couple draws or guards, and now you find yourself not with your back up against the wall, but you better make a couple shots here. You might let your opponents right back into this one.
Just need to get behind our yellow, really.
So we're going to see
Okay. I like it.
Zad Jameson head down to throw her pair. It's like a freeze on the one on the back 8. Was that the call,
Yeah,
or just a draw?
it was really good.
I think either works. Honestly, your whole goal at this point is just to stop the bleeding. Like, get rid of the damage. I think a freeze on the back 8. I think if you could place a rock anywhere, you'd love it to be, you know, top button, dead buried where it's not accessible.
Close,
but I think a freeze on the back one certainly does the job and ensures that those 2 redstones never come into play.
Back 8! Back 8!
Even if you do put this one top button, you leave the opportunity for your other team to corner freeze and maybe have a chance.
I feel like none of the games are going to get 8.
Maybe I have our start time wrong. I don't know.
And we'll see this one go through back 12.
Okay, just throw.
Just
I think
holding
it's
on
perfect
at
if you
the
did your last shot,
bottom
and we
edge of
will
the
win.
ring.
Yeah,
So
hold it
Team
more.
Rahnenfuehrer, a big opportunity to sit 3.
When it has that weight on it, it's
Two of
really
them
hard to curl it.
buried behind 3
Kind of just.
off center guards, corner guards.
It's amazing how quickly the game can turn around. I mean, Rahnenfuehrer, you could definitely see the opportunities, but those just a couple shots can really swing and end. You have those that one missed guard on Galardo's last shot allows the opportunity for the double or the triple. Then the missed draw gives the opportunity here to set 3. And this one is going to be heavy as well.
Yeah, it just doesn't curl.
Tried to get it to curl onto that back one, but doesn't, so slips through. Now the chance for Isabella Barrick to have a second opportunity to cut out these red stones.
My broomhead's already getting so dirty. Oh my god, yeah, you got like right here.
Tori, do you ever hit the open one? I know it's you got a big lead.
Okay, you got it.
By hitting the open one, you're going to give Team Rahnenfuehrer the chance to just draw around the corner and probably set up their 3. But you have a big lead. By trying this draw, you do always risk the chance of, if it's not made again, Team Rahnenfuehrer sinks one around and possibly has the chance for more.
I think you run that risk either way. So I would play it now. I would play the draw now and make them make a hard shot. I think that's always your goal.
Top 8!
Like, for your opposition is to force them to make harder shots than you. And so it's relatively open draw to get buried.
Gotta go.
And to set shot or
all the way.
shot.
And hitting that open one, I guess, is always going to be a chance. So if you happen to don't make the draw and Isabel really does get you into trouble, you can always try an in-off double or just hit the open one and...
Okay.
That was a little bit of a missed opportunity, but still looks like a visual obstacle, I can imagine, from the hack. Making that draw around the guards not there. So
it's like in the
draw
perfect
around
spot
the
too
middle.
for the tap.
Then Isabella and Jamie Galardo are going to have to make a decision. Do they want to hit that open one, or do they want to play a 3-foot run back?
Okay.
So definitely making your opponents think.
Yeah. Well, do 410, because I can see. I think we have time for one more after this. 2:05. Yeah, 15 minutes.
So chance here for Isabella Rahnenfuehrer, who's had a couple good draw opportunities here in this game, to try to get one buried and claw back into this game. This one's really curling.
I just called the curl maybe a little bit too early on that. Looks like it will roll off, though, to set 3rd shot.
No, sorry.
Yeah, what I've noticed with Isabella, she
Just
does
the
throw
tap,
a
you just
little
need to tap
bit
it up
less
like
rotation
top 8, right?
than Team Galardo, specifically. So you can sometimes get yourself fooled. You watch what your opponent's rocks are doing all game. You try to take that info into what your rocks might be doing, but with that little bit less rotation, it tends to just jump and go sideways a little bit harder. And I think they've gotten caught on that a couple times. Isabella Barrick, though, really going all out in this one, has decided, I think, is she playing the tap on the Yellowstone? So again, could have had the opportunity to hit one of those red rocks or maybe hit and roll in off the wide one, but deciding to play to her strengths here with the draws, play the tap.
Back 8! Back 8!
Calling back 8, which is a nice weight for this shot call.
That's what you want. It's all about getting the line right now.
Back 8!
Rock has to touch the center line.
Back 8!
It's like not going to quite get
Nice
it
shot.
perfect, but I think
works.
it's good enough.
Yeah, that does the job.
Still sitting 1.
Here.
What were
Emily
you
Weidman
saying?
say they're still sitting
Were you
one,
saying
so
something?
Rahnenfuehrer is sitting shot with one red rock. Trying to see if there's a way
Oh,
that they
because I was
can
supposed to be
get
curling
rid of
it, yeah.
that tapped rock
Okay, yeah.
from Galardo.
They're taking a look at if
It's
that
okay.
yellow's
We got
accessible
it
at
there.
all for
I think-
3, and I think
I think we're second.
it is
Maybe
a little
first?
bit open, so the pick might be there.
So
Of course,
hard.
yeah, and there is just the open draw that they've played a couple times that would get them their 2 points.
But when you're down by, what is it now, 6? You're down by 6. You kind of have to play the risky shot.
I think the right call, yes,
Yeah.
if you're trying to
I
win
know, I
this
thought that was
game,
our
is if
first,
you
like,
have the
like,
chance
wait
for
a
3,
minute.
you kind of have to go for it.
Do they
But
think
again,
we
like, you know, making a good draw can be a really
you have to throw like
good confidence builder going forward in the game
such a
too.
finesse
So
shot for this.
there
don't
is the
think you
chance
can- I
that
don't
you
think
take
it's curling
3
on-
and you're
because this is
still
a
not
straight
in a great
path.
spot for
So I don't know if they
this
can curl
game,
it.
but doesn't really give you much info going through to the rest of the championship. I think I'd be fine with either call. But definitely the call to try to get yourself back into this game and have a chance to win is the pick for 3 if you think it's there.
Got it.
We heard the players just kind of partway through this end talk about their cutoff time being 2:05, so it's currently 1:53. So they have to start their 8th end by 2:05. Otherwise, it looks like they're only going to get one more end in.
That is something that we have seen be an issue for some teams in the past. Of course, there's no game clocks out here that they have to worry about, but with 4 draws a day, they want to make sure they keep everything on time. So they do have a 2-hour, 5-minute time limit, which should be plenty to get 7 ends in. But this final shot here by Isabel Rahnenfuehrer needs to get by the guard, and she won't. Touches the red guard, moves it over, but does not raise it up
You're close.
enough. It will be a single point for Team Rahnenfuehrer. They will go down 8-3 after 6 ends of play, and it looks like they're having a quick discussion, but going to continue playing. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Team Galardo holds a 5-point lead.
Hey, Stu Sells Teams followers. I'm at my brand new listing here at 6C Indian Grove, and I'm so blown away I have fallen over. And I can't take my eyes off this gorgeous, original, molded ceiling that is absolutely stunning. We are bringing this 1911 Grand Estate to market, and it is going to blow your mind. Let me get up and show you what I'm talking about. Look at this woodwork. When they did the renos, they actually took all this wood down, they sent it to Montreal, had it professionally refinished and stained, and they reinstalled it. Like, it is absolutely breathtaking. The pocket doors, the lead glass French doors, it's so unique, this home. It is a grand old estate. The top 3rd floor is a beautiful prime retreat with big closets, its own bathroom, soaker tub, walk out to a balcony. You go to the 2nd floor, 3 large bedrooms, wraparound office, floor to ceiling windows, gorgeous view. And then this is like entertaining central. Actually, the Oscar-winning film JFK was filmed in this living room. It's had multiple movies, commercials, and then the dining room is so grand, and the parlor, and oh my God, there's so much to tell you about this amazing home. You gotta come and see it. And you know the extra bonus? Corner lot, laneway housing potential, single car garage, and a full separate legal 1-bedroom apartment in the basement you can rent out. So look, we're right in the heart of Ronse's High Park. You can walk to the park, it's just down the road. Great shops, great cafes. It's such a beautiful, stately home that you have to come look at it. So go to stusells.ca, see all the photos, the videos, the virtual tour, and give me, Stu, a call for a personal tour.
And as action opens up here in the 7th end of play, Team Galardo holds an 8-3 lead with the hammer.
Never mind. Freeze to yellow.
Freeze to the yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the right ice.
Team Rahnenfuehrer tosses up the guard to start, gets a little bit too much curl, ends up more like a corner. And Team Galardo wastes no time, draws to the open side.
It's
We
up.
did have handshakes just as we went to commercial. Over
Back
on sheet
8, back
6,
12.
After this, go home.
stealing 3 in the third, taking 3 in the fifth,
Back 12
stealing
might be
another
through.
3 in the sixth. It
Probably
was Team
through.
Sohn starting off the competition with an 11-2 victory over Team Keon.
Okay. That works.
Looking over across the board at some of our other scores, looks like Team Stesky holding a 12-3 lead over Team Murray in their 8th end. Team Perot with a big steal of 3 in the 5th. They hold a 5-2 lead over Team Riel. We're still waiting. They are playing the 7th. We're still waiting to see what happened over there in the 6th. Gonjaga with the victory over Bedard. Sohn over the victory over Keon, as we just said. And over on sheet 5, it looks like a deuce by Team Grigotsky in the 6th gives them a 5-3 lead over Team Mercedes as they are in the 7th end of play. We also got an update from our producer during the commercial that the cutoff time is actually 2:13, so I think it's around 2 hours, 5 minutes, but it's based on when they actually get the game started. So they're not penalized for, practice running a little bit long or anything with the setup from the organizers.
2, 3.
So from the start of play, their clock starts. 2:13 is their time, and as we look at it, it's about 1:58 right now. So should give them about clear 15 minutes from this point to finish this end. Should be plenty of time to get into and play the 8th if they choose.
Whoops. Did you throw 3 already? Okay.
Just hope the teams are aware of that time because they were the ones that we heard say 2:05. So probably a little bit just of a misunderstanding there. You never want to go into an end thinking it's the last end when you have one more to go.
And Team Galardo with a great setup to start the end. They're sitting 2 in the rings. Rahnenfuehrer getting some guards up, and looks like they just peeled off the corner guard. So maybe a bit of a change from their aggressive style of play last time. Maybe got a little bit spooked after Team Rahnenfuehrer made that great triple
Think the ice changed at all?
to get them into a little bit of trouble halfway through.
Probably 4 for you.
Emily Weidman with a guard already up. They're going to continue to try and make some freezes, get some rocks in some good spots.
Yeah. Yep.
You'd love to try and, with no center guards up, it's going to be difficult to
Yeah,
really
far as you
force a steal in this one, but you'd really just love to get
Yeah,
a couple
hard,
rocks in
drag
some good spots. If you can get Isabella Barrick to throw against
Yes,
2
yes,
or
yes.
ideally even 3, maybe.
Look at the line on that.
Yeah, perfect line. But
420,
really,
but I
that's
think you
what
pushed
you
it
have
again,
to
so
do
it's
is just
close.
try to force the opportunity to throw against a few rocks. Maybe you get a miss and you get to steal a couple points back.
Yeah, just go there. There's still 1 and 2, right?
Matt, would you ever, if your
Are we
team
1 or 2?
Rahnenfuehrer throw up another center guard?
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Try
I
and
think,
keep throwing that center guard for a bit.
yeah, I mean, especially at any level, you want to try and make it as difficult for the other team as possible. And the only way you're really going to be able to do that is to junk up the middle, try to sit
Where
a
is
couple
it?
buried. Of course,
Make
Team
sure it's
Galardo
there,
is going to
guys!
walk up and try to
Make
peel
sure
it,
it's
but
in!
you never know, especially at the
Hard!
U18 level. Maybe you get a miss, maybe you get a flash, and the chance
Hard,
to draw
guys,
around.
hard! Hard! Yes, hard! Yes! Hard! Push, push, push!
Team Galardo needing to be full 8 to sit 3.
Definitely get it to a good piece. I would
think
guess
they
looks
got
like.
it.
Yeah, I definitely think they got it far enough to sit 3, so that's pretty good. Again, the more at this point, if you're Team Galardo, the more rocks in play,
Yeah, I just need to throw a little bit more.
the trickier things are going to become for you. Team Rahnenfuehrer is going to continue to try and make a freeze.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
oh,
if they don't
yeah.
make it, you can
Okay,
score a
yes,
bunch of
okay.
points and end the game. But if they ever do make a good freeze on something, it can be difficult to try and get at it and get it out.
Got a curl. Watch the
Good
weight.
sweep, though.
Only curl.
This looks pretty good.
Give it to Team Rahnenfuehrer, even with the scoreboard
Don't know if we're
looking as it does. They're keeping their heads held high with this one, and they keep trying to put on the pressure.
Yeah, and they're putting some rocks in some decent spots. Not quite getting the exact outcome that they want. But that last freeze there comes up a little bit short, but it's in a tricky spot to remove. The one before that, again, comes up a little bit light, but does a job. Like, they're trying their best to put some pressure here on Team Galardo.
We've seen Team Galardo get fooled by this outturn before, so let's see if they've made any adjustments here in this line.
Just gotta watch the jam. Just gotta watch the jam.
That red rock can easily be jammed on the yellow rock on the back 8.
Easy.
And we have handshakes over on sheet 1. As mentioned before, it was a 12-3 lead for Team Stesky over Team Murray. Runs them out of stones in the 8th then. So Team Stesky starts the competition 1-0, and Team Murray drops their first one.
Control. Curl. Nope. Whoa, whoa. Nice shot.
So managed
Really
to
nice,
just
Jamie.
avoid that jam that I mentioned.
Nice shot.
Leaves a rock in the top 8 foot, and you have to realize those rocks are guards for Team Rahnenfuehrer. They're going to continue to try and draw around, get something buried, force Team Galardo to throw some runbacks.
Even 4 or 5 would work.
Though lots of pressure here as Isabella Barrick and
Waits up.
Jamison Galardo sitting 4 at the moment.
It's up.
Looks like this one's going to overcurl. Will go through the hole.
Whoa. Oh, wow.
Might
Just went right
overcurl to
through.
a really good spot if it stops.
That was crazy. Got a 14 for that.
And it
Nice shot.
looks like it does stop in time.
Not quite the shot they wanted, but a great outcome.
I guess that works.
That's what happens when you leave all that shrapnel around. All they got
Oh,
to do
we give
is,
him a run.
you know, have one little tick or find a way in there. And again, it's a 3-foot run back. I
Ours is
mean,
what, like full length, and then theirs
not
is
the
back
most
in.
difficult shot in the world.
pretty
Certainly
close.
probably not the
Ish.
specialty
just
of
control.
most
We're
U18
bored.
players, but
Control. Okay.
it's a
For
little
6.
bit more
I like the
pressure.
thing that you just
And if
threw.
there's
That was
ever a
good.
miss here, they
Okay.
sink
A little
another
more?
draw in there
Okay,
all of a
okay.
sudden.
The force is on.
Yeah.
Okay. Because then you can roll in, right? Yeah. Okay. I like it. You got it. Okay. Control! Curl! Curl! Hard, Maya! Hard! Hard, Maya!
Trying to get this one to curl. Maya Bolton.
Looking really close. It has a chance.
Nice shot.
And nicely done as it makes contact with the red stone, removes it from play.
Nice shot, Jamie.
Yeah, great shot by Jamie Galardo.
Good sweep. You really
I like
curled
that she
that
really
over.
controlled the weight on that one. Sometimes you see, okay, it's a run back. I want to throw it really hard, but it's not always necessary and a lot of times can be detrimental. Just throw a weight that you know, something controllable. Allow
Really,
your
like,
sweepers to make
compact
the
with
shot
every
for
single
you.
rock and play.
Probably closer to 4. That last one was 4. So like, 4,
There's not
5,
much you
4,
can
10.
do when everything's just like so close together, right? Like,
Maybe like earlier in the end, just whip it.
yeah,
Lights
just
up!
rip everything you can. Yeah, exactly.
Back 8. Line's good. Yep, straight. Hard. Sorry, my bad.
A little bit of an overcurl there on that
that was
one.
4.
Couldn't get around it. The weight would have been really close had it not made contact with that yellow. But
I don't mind even just guarding ours. Do you guys ever just guard? Or do like a small little tap on our yellow? We just need one. Okay.
I think this is one of those instances where you just want to kind of make the red rock go away. You don't need to be too particular with it.
Yeah, and don't even worry about holding
I
the
don't
shooter anywhere. You're already sitting 3
We're not gonna be
if
shot.
you remove this redstone, so
Yeah.
that's more than enough to force handshakes. Just remove the redstone from play, put the pressure on Isabel to
Yeah. Sure.
make a shot, and if she doesn't,
Okay.
then you win the game.
Border control. 10. Okay.
And even with the way it is, even if she does make a
got
shot,
it.
you probably have a wide open draw to the forefoot for your
Yeah,
single.
you want to
which
hit
would
the
also
outside
win
of
the
it.
game.
Okay.
And a bit of an update over on sheet 2. It was Team Riel getting forced to a single in the 6th end, and Team Perot bounces back with 2 of their own in 7. So Team
Control
Perot
down.
holding a 7-3 lead
Yeah.
after 7 ends
Yes.
of play.
Hard,
Team Riel
Maya.
with hammer in the last.
Hard, Maya. Hard, Maya. Hard. Yes, all the way. You got it. Keep going. Keep going.
Looks like this is going to roll
Nice
to a
shot,
pretty good
Izzy.
spot.
Really nice sweep.
Right in front of their own.
Nice shot.
Fantastic sweep there by Maya Bolton. That definitely looked tight
Nice shot.
early on in the shot, but she held that to make sure they hit the red on the high side and push it past that back yellow.
Yeah, I know. Front
Sounds
end
good.
is always a workout, eh? Do you miss it?
Probably 4 or 5.
So final shot here in the 7th for Isabel Rahnenfuehrer, trying to keep this game going.
Yeah, I've always been front end. Usually lead, but this year I moved up to second because we added Sarah to our team.
Weights up. Line's good. Through.
That's not something you want to hear in this situation.
The sweeper calling it heavy early. It's going to need to curl if they want to try to catch that back yellow stone. Looks like they will make contact, but it's going to roll off.
That was 395.
Leave Team Galardo sitting 3, so it's at least 3 on the board. And looks like they were going to shake hands.
I think they're deciding whether or not they have to throw it, but
And they
since they're
don't.
not at their cutoff time,
And there we go. Handshakes are coming out. So it is a victory for Team Galardo over Team Rahnenfuehrer in our opening feature matchup here at the Canadian Junior Cup. But that's not all we have today, as our next matchup will feature Team Tyler McTavish of Ontario taking on Adam Bedard of Quebec. That kicks off at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. For myself and my co-commentator up here in the booth, we thank you all for joining us here on this Saturday morning. And hopefully we see you all later as we pick up action with the first game of our U21 championship.